Maureen Denise McCormick was born on August 5, 1956, in Encino, California, into a middle-class family that nurtured her early love of performance and entertainment. From a young age, her natural charisma, bright personality, and undeniable talent set her apart from her peers. Before she had even reached her teenage years, she was already appearing in commercials and small television roles, steadily building the foundation of what would become one of the most recognizable careers in American television history. Her big break arrived when she was cast at the age of 12 as Marcia Brady, the eldest daughter in the beloved Brady family. That single casting decision would go on to define her career, shape her public identity, and make her a permanent fixture in the cultural consciousness of an entire nation. The Brady Bunch, which aired from 1969 to 1974, became an instant classic. The show offered wholesome family humor and heartfelt storylines that resonated with audiences of all ages, providing comfort and joy during a time of significant social change in America. As Marcia Brady, McCormick portrayed the quintessential all-American teenage girl, beautiful, kind, popular, yet also vulnerable and refreshingly relatable. Her delivery of iconic lines, most memorably the exasperated cry of "Marcia, Marcia, Marcia," cemented her place in television history. Her performance brought warmth, charm, and authenticity to the character, and her ability to balance aspiration with relatability made Marcia a figure that viewers genuinely loved. Decades later, reruns and spin-offs continue to introduce her portrayal to new generations, ensuring that the legacy of Marcia Brady endures long beyond the show's original run. The cultural phenomenon that the Brady Bunch became stretched far beyond the television screen. The show inspired extensive merchandising, stage adaptations, and a global fan base that embraced the Brady family's wholesome values with remarkable enthusiasm. Such was the enduring power of the franchise that it paved the way for numerous spin-offs and special projects over the years. In 1981, McCormick reprised her role in the miniseries The Brady Brides, which followed Marcia and Jan as they navigated life as newlyweds, exploring the transition from carefree teenage years into the responsibilities of adult life. That same year, the made-for-television movie The Brady Girls Get Married further extended her reach, demonstrating that the public's fascination with the Brady family, and with Marcia's journey in particular, had not dimmed in the slightest. These projects underscored not only the timelessness of the original series, but also McCormick's central and irreplaceable role in shaping that legacy. However, when The Bradys premiered in 1990 as a modern reimagining of the original concept, McCormick found herself at a difficult personal and professional crossroads. Having recently given birth to her daughter, she was unable to reprise her beloved role, and her absence was deeply felt by both fans and producers. This moment illustrated the unique and often painful challenges that child stars face as they transition into adulthood, the constant tension between professional opportunity and personal life, between the demands of fame and the needs of a growing family. While she could not participate in this new iteration of the franchise, her legacy as Marcia remained untarnished. Her earlier performances continued to draw viewers through reruns and home video releases, solidifying her status as a cultural icon in her own right. Following the conclusion of The Brady Bunch, McCormick demonstrated considerable versatility by diversifying her acting portfolio across a wide range of television appearances. She made memorable guest appearances on shows such as Donnie and Marie, The Love Boat, Happy Days, Vegas Fantasy Island, and Streets of San Francisco. Each of these roles allowed her to step outside the boundaries of the Brady persona and showcase her range as a performer, moving between lighthearted comedy and more dramatic storytelling with natural ease. These appearances were not merely nostalgia plays, they were genuine demonstrations of her ability to adapt to different genres and tones, helping her build the professional credibility necessary to evolve from child star into a more mature and respected actress in Hollywood's fiercely competitive landscape. Beyond television, McCormick also ventured into feature films, further expanding her repertoire and proving her adaptability. She appeared in The Idolmaker in 1980, a drama that explored the inner workings of the music industry and allowed her to connect with audiences on a deeper artistic level. Her work, In a Vacation in Hell, showcased her ability to navigate suspense and action-driven narratives, while Skate Town, USA tapped into the era's vibrant youth culture and the roller skating craze that had taken hold of popular imagination. Later, in Return to Horror High in 1987, she demonstrated a willingness to explore darker, more comedic material rooted in horror, proving conclusively that her talents were not confined to the wholesome world of sitcoms and teenage dramas. These varied roles reflected her courage as a performer and her determination to grow beyond the limits of early fame. Despite these professional achievements, McCormick's personal journey was far from smooth. Like many child stars before and after her, she faced significant and painful struggles once the cameras stopped rolling. After the Brady Bunch was canceled in 1974, she found herself slipping into a dangerous lifestyle fueled by cocaine and quaaludes, substances that were readily accessible in Hollywood at the time and that consumed her energy, distorted her self-image, and ultimately derailed her once promising career. She missed major professional opportunities because of her addiction, often failing to show up to auditions or arriving too impaired to perform effectively. Alongside her substance abuse, she battled depression and bulimia, both of which fed into a destructive cycle that further isolated her from the stable, purposeful life she longed to build. A meaningful turning point came on March 16, 1985, when McCormick married actor Michael Cummings. Their relationship offered her a much-needed anchor of stability and genuine love. Unlike many of her earlier connections, Cummings was steadfast and committed, helping her slowly rebuild the confidence and structure she had lost during the turbulent years following the Brady Bunch. Together, they welcomed their only child, Natalie Michelle, in 1989, an event that profoundly transformed McCormick's outlook on life. Motherhood gave her both purpose and responsibility, motivating her to pursue a healthier and more balanced way of living. She entered therapy and rehabilitation programs, beginning the long and often painful process of recovery. Professional treatment helped her confront both her addictions and the psychological scars left behind by years of depression and disordered eating. Through a combination of love, therapy, medication, and the enduring friendship of her Brady Bunch castmates, who continued to serve as a surrogate family throughout her adult life, McCormick gradually pieced her life back together. Her deeply personal memoir, Here's the Story, Surviving Marcia Brady and Finding My True Voice, offered readers an intimate and unflinching look at the highs and lows of her journey. Her candor not only humanized her in the eyes of fans, but also inspired countless people who were fighting their own private battles. In more recent years, she has reintroduced herself to the public in new and uplifting ways, participating in Dancing with the Stars, appearing on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and co-hosting the home renovation show Frozen in Time. Through each of these ventures, she has proven that her talent, warmth, and appeal have endured across generations. Then, at the age of 69, McCormick made a decision that had been a long time coming. She finally broke her silence about her rumored connection with teen idol David Cassidy, a subject that had fascinated fans of both stars for decades. For years, speculation had swirled about whether the two had shared something deeper than friendship during the height of their fame in the 1970s. McCormick had carefully avoided addressing the matter directly, preferring to keep that chapter of her private life shielded from tabloid scrutiny. But with the wisdom of age and a lifetime of hard-won perspective behind her, she finally opened up with honesty and grace. She explained that she and Cassidy first met at publicity events in the early 1970s when both were at the absolute peak of their teen stardom. Cassidy, as Keith Partridge on The Partridge Family, was America's ultimate heartthrob, while McCormick was beloved as the golden girl next door. They were both living inside the same dizzying whirlwind of fame, surrounded constantly by screaming fans and relentless public expectations. That shared experience created a bond between them that outsiders simply could not replicate or fully understand. In each other's company, they found a rare and genuine comfort. The relief of being truly seen by someone who understood the weight they each carried. McCormick admitted that Cassidy was far more than a casual acquaintance. Their connection, while not a lengthy romance, was real and meaningful. He made her laugh, made her feel valued, and was someone she could trust when the cameras were no longer watching. She acknowledged that she had kept the relationship private, not only out of respect for Cassidy, but because the entertainment industry of that era demanded a particular image from its young stars. The studios wanted their teen idols to appear untouchable, almost impossibly perfect. A real romantic connection between two of the biggest young stars of the decade would have upended the carefully maintained fantasies that the industry depended upon. Both she and Cassidy understood the necessity of protecting their careers, even at the cost of their own privacy and authenticity. Reflecting on Cassidy's later struggles, his battle with alcoholism, his declining health, and his passing in November 2017, McCormick's words carried a quiet and unmistakable sadness. She expressed regret that she had not been able to be there more for him in his final years, acknowledging that fame had lifted him to extraordinary heights before ultimately becoming a crushing burden. Having walked her own difficult path through addiction and depression, she understood his pain in a way that few others could. In many ways, she said, they had mirrored each other's suffering, even as their lives took them in different directions. Her revelation was never intended as scandal or sensationalism. It was at its heart a tribute, an act of humanizing a chapter in both of their lives that had for too long been shrouded in rumor and myth. It was about two young people who found each other in the middle of an extraordinary and overwhelming world and shared something honest, kind, and real. At 69, McCormick wanted fans to remember David Cassidy not only as the teen idol who graced the walls of a million bedroom posters, but as a complex, generous, and deeply feeling person who left a lasting impression on everyone fortunate enough to truly know him. For fans who had wondered about this connection for half a century, her words offered both a long-awaited confirmation and a beautifully dignified tribute. The truth, as she put it, was simple. David Cassidy was special to her, and that was something she would cherish for the rest of her life.